that drew us to explore farther, deeper. 3 decades later, the Cousteau teams returned to the same waters off the south coast of France. Only a ghostly desert remains. The shoals of damselfish, the groupers, the dorado, have vanished. Coastal development, fishing, pollution have extinguished the life where diving was born.
It is very abruptly in 1958 that I got aware of the damage done by human activities. I don't even like to use the word pollution because it's much more complicated than that, on the fish population in the Mediterranean. And for that reason, I suddenly thought we had to do something about it.
Where once the Calypso team probed the nature of the sea, we now must diagnose its health. Sadly, we find places in the Mediterranean where the water itself is a diving hazard. My father founded a non-profit organization to work for the protection of the ocean, and the Cousteau Society initiates a series of water quality surveys from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean, Amazon, Mississippi. As his teams analyze water quality, my father sets out on a personal mission. It had begun with Charles de Gaulle in 1958. Now he travels the world to convince its leaders to save the sea. At the same time, he lobbies the public.
In the past 20 years, life in the
The
ocean
TV
has
clip
steadily
announces a series of Cousteau educational events in major U.S. cities.
The future of the sea now depends on us all. This is Jacques Cousteau inviting you to join me and my son Philippe for a day of learning and involvement.
Tens of thousands turn out to hear my father and to question.
What's it like down there? Okay. It's fantastic.
There are speeches, films, debates about ocean problems. But for my father, the highlight of each event is a question and answer session for children.
Fish there are in the ocean, that's too much. Why do I get along with children so well? Certainly because they have not been obscured by experience. Adults have no more spontaneity generally, and children just find in the country. They jump around, they pick up flowers, they throw ink pots at walls. It's wonderful.
A father and grandfather,
You just wanted to give me a
he
flower?
knows the joys of children
Thank you.
and the heartaches. It is as father he now suffers his greatest setback. Since boyhood, my brother Philippe has been at his father's side, diver, cameraman, friend. A filmmaker too, Philippe began producing his own television series to explore the quality of life on Earth. He filmed from an amphibious plane he called Calypso 2. Philippe shared his father's dreams intimately, cherished the sea, photography, and like his father long before, the dream of flying. In 1979, not yet 40, Philippe died in the plane he loved. The loss was incomprehensible and crushing. Even the sea, whose wonders they had marveled at side by side, now held not comfort, but memories. For a time, my father considered giving up. Yet, the work was too vital. Soon, he really dedicated himself to recording the awesome spectacle of life in the sea, so quickly vanishing, for children and all generations to come. His every project now is aimed at preserving the living jewels of Earth, the beauty and the miracles that give joy to life, to pass on this legacy to future generations with the least possible deterioration. Among those who support the Cousteau Society and the goal of protecting the quality of life is our friend and fellow diver, John Dent.
The opportunity of actually meeting Captain Cousteau and boarding the Calypso and spending a few days with him was just an incredibly exciting event for me. And I'm sure that I'll never forget that. And then to meet him, it's like wandering around here today. It's hard. He is someone that is